Okay, so I decided I wanted to be a teacher before I graduated high school. Both of my parents were teachers growing up, and actually I originally wanted to be a math teacher like my dad, but then I went to school and I started working at a Head Start, and I just kind of saw how much, just the short time I was with them every day, that I impacted them. And so now I'm a teacher like my mom. My mom's a kindergarten teacher, and I taught pre-K for 5 years, and then I've taught first grade for 2 years. So this is my 7th grade year teaching. And I don't know, I think the best part about teaching is that even though they may be at home and not have a constant or structure or stability, but that we can offer that at school for them.
One of my favorite teachers at school is Mrs. Bailey. She's super nice, and she always likes to help people with really anything they need. My favorite teacher is Miss Womack.
I just want to thank all the teachers for their patience, especially with the younger kiddos, and giving the parents confidence that we can release our kids to those who actually care. Thank you.
They teach us how to do things in life. Like for school, it's math, science, ELA, all that stuff.
Alright, I like teachers because they help you with stuff and they're always there for you, so if you don't get it, you can ask them and they'll tell you. And they help you with like math, English, stuff that you gotta learn to go like get a job. And that's really it.
Teachers, oh man, the great memories of teachers. My favorite teacher, well, I have a couple different favorite teachers, but one of my favorite memories was Miss King in the 3rd grade. She challenged us to memorize our multiplication facts, and if you were one of the first ones to do it, then we got a ceramic figurine, and I was one of those that did it, and she made me want to do it. But I love Miss King, still love Miss King, and thankful that God's got her around. But I gotta say that another favorite teacher was Miss Carol Bond. I loved all her classes as well, so hopefully she gets to see this.
Hi guys. Okay, so initially, kind of share my story here. I didn't want to be a teacher. I was in high school and I didn't really like kids. If someone would told me while I was in school, I would have probably laughed in their face when they said I would be a teacher where I am now. So I was intending to go to school to be a veterinarian, and I actually went to children's church and just loved it, and I loved the kids, and everyone kept asking me, are you gonna be a teacher? And I was like, no, that's crazy. Why would I do that? So the Lord worked on me and I started tutoring and kind of was just fighting with it, and finally came to the conclusion that's where I needed to be. It was a total God thing. So with that being said, I changed my major, did all the schooling, and I definitely know where I'm supposed to be. It's definitely a passion and a calling. It's not for everybody. Something that gets me up every day is I just love coming to school and getting those hugs and hearing how much the kids love me, and I can see how much they need such a good influence in their life and someone praying for them, and even when they get like that aha moment, it's a real treat to be a teacher. So thank you guys for supporting us. To Clearview as well, because I remember my first year teaching, I went down to the square and they were doing back to school bash, and it wasn't just Brother Kevin or Pastor Randy out there, it was everybody, all of you guys out there supporting Okmulgee County and the students and the teachers, and so I just want to say I'm so grateful for that. Thank you guys.
You know what? I love teachers. I have a very special teacher in my life right now. My daughter-in-law is a second grade teacher, and I am so thankful to know that kids growing up today have teachers who love kids the way she does. She has a heart like you've never seen. I'm sure I had teachers like that growing up, but honestly, it was so long ago. I don't have one in particular, I think just because I'm so involved with my teacher now. But I just want to tell you all, we love you. Thank you for doing what you do. Can't imagine doing it the way you're having to do it. Love you all.
Teachers, man, I remember all through elementary school, high school, middle school, all of that. I have some memorable teachers, and if I started making a list, I'd be in trouble. But there was a teacher I had in college that really stood out to me, and she really embodies what I experienced all through my school years. I had a teacher in college that was teaching me Algebra 1, and that was a challenge. And I wasn't doing very good. And I can remember she finally came up to me after I had nearly failed yet another exam, and she said, "Kevin, if you keep doing this, you're not going to pass the class." And I was like, "Well, what can I do?" And she said, "You're going to be in my office this afternoon at such and such time." And so I went to her office, and she sat there for an hour 3 times a week and tutored me and got me to where I needed to be with a bowl of M&Ms on the desk. Because the bowl of M&Ms was, if you rewards work. If Kevin got it right, he got an M&M. And I wanted to get M&Ms. But what passion she just demonstrated and care. She didn't have to do that for me, but I appreciate it. And I know tons of teachers that do the very same thing. Thanks for caring about us.
Hi Clearview, this is Steve Ledford, children's pastor, and the reason I teach kids is I love the kids, and they are such sponges at that age that they're receptive to God's Word, and it's just a blessing to watch them grow, and I look forward to seeing them grow into adults, and the blessings are numerous. And also I want to thank my teachers and my volunteers there in Clearview Kids. They're wonderful teachers, and I love them for that. And also Caitlin and Suzanne and a lot of the other public school teachers, the influence they have there really makes a difference for the kids. And as they said, the stability there, knowing that a teacher can pray for them at school, that's just awesome stuff. Thank you, Clearview. Thank you, teachers. We love you.
Say thank you to all you homeschool mom and dads out there. As a homeschool mom myself, I just want to tell you guys you're all doing a fantastic job. I know we're not technically teachers, but we are teaching and home educating our children at home in the way that God has led us to do, and I just want to give you guys a shout out and thank you guys for doing that. And hope you guys have a great Sunday. Thank you.
The reason why I like teachers is because they help us understand things. Like my mom, she helps me understand school and other things. So that's why I think teachers are very important.
So one teacher that had an influence on my life growing up was not only a teacher, but he was also my stepdad, Mr. Clyde Hunt. He was a teacher at Morris for 20 years, and when I was about 13 years old, leaving Preston, my mom got married to Mr. Hunt, and coming to a new school, new environment, new sports and everything, my focus kind of drifted away from my schoolwork, and I got a little far behind. Mr. Hunt had the patience and the kindness to take time with me, and I remember sitting in our laundry room pulling laundry out of the dryer and folding it, and as we would do that, we would go over spelling words, and we would go over math problems and rules for math equations and stuff, and it was such a great time, and I appreciate him so much for taking the time not only to be the teacher to me, but also to be my new father figure. It was a great time. I appreciate him for that, and I think it's real neat when I post him on Facebook at family events. Everyone comments on there how he was one of their favorite teachers, and they loved Mr. Hunt, and I appreciate him for that. Probably one of the biggest influences on my life in school-wise and in home-wise, and I still get to spend time with the man, and sure do love him, and I appreciate all the teachers.